Hey guys, welcome. I'm going to show you how you can find the range of each function here without doing extensive like end behavior analysis. So I'm going to write y equals 1 over x minus 4. And then that's an equation that's saying can every single y be reached? Okay, so you solve for x in terms of y. So it's going to be y times x minus 4 equals 1. Distribute over, so yx minus 4y equals 1. And you want to solve for x now. To see what happens, so you're going to have yx equals 1 plus 4y. So what do you have next? You're going to have x equals 1 plus 4y over y. But now look, on the bottom we have y. Y clearly cannot be equal to 0. So this is a valid equation. In other words, if you plug an x in, then you get an output out, as long as y is not equal to 0. So that means that the range of the original expression, 1 over x minus 4, that is following: negative infinity, 0, and then 0 through positive infinity. So no end behavior analysis, you just solve. Okay, look at this one. It's going to be y minus 4 equals 1 over x. Then you can invert it, for example, if you like. So it's going to be 1 over y minus 4 equals an inverted version of 1 over x is x over 1, so it's just x. And here you can tell that y cannot be equal to 4 because that would give you division by 0. So that means that the range of the original of that, this one here, 1 over x plus 4, is what? 0, well, negative infinity, 4, and then u, 4 comma, positive infinity. Okay, now you look at this one, you say, well, this is being squared. This is definitely going to be harder. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, we'll do y equals 1 over x squared minus 4. So that's going to give you, if you like, you can invert. I mean, you can do different things, but you can do just y and then x squared minus 4 equals 1. So cross multiply, and then here, well, the goal is to get, for example, x by itself, right? So you're going to do yx squared minus 4y equals 1, something like that. So it's going to give you then yx squared equals 1 plus 4y, and then it's going to be x squared equals 1 plus 4y divided by y. And now you're saying, well, it's kind of similar to the first one because it also says 1 plus 4y over y. But here he's going to take roots. So he's just going to do the square root of x squared, the usual, and then plus or minus on that side. And it's going to be 1 plus 4y over y, like this. So it's just going to be x equals plus or minus. We're not interested in choosing the plus or minus part. It's not really important. What is important is that, look, it says 1 plus 4y over y. So there's a y in the denominator of the fraction here, which means, again, y cannot be equal to 0. So that means that the range of 1 over x squared minus 4, because y cannot be 0, is again what? It's negative infinity, 0, and then 0 through positive infinity, this way. Now you're saying, look at this one. This one is even more complicated as a trinomial in the denominator, but we're going to proceed the same way pretty much. So I can just write this quickly as x squared, and then minus 4x plus 5 equals 1 over y. I could have done that in the previous example also, right? You can just do it this way. You can invert things, flip them. Okay, could have done that here too, but now you can do x squared minus 4x equals 1 over y minus 5. And even without doing too much work, I hope you can tell already, because there's a y in the bottom. This means that what? Already pretty much y cannot be equal to 0. You see that? But let's say you want to kind of isolate x as a nice exercise. So you can just complete the square. You're going to have x minus 4 divided by 2, which is 2. You square this, and then you're going to subtract the square of that 2 negative. So it's going to be minus 4 equals 1 over y minus 5. So it's going to be x minus 2 quantity squared will be equal to 1 over y minus 5, yeah, plus 4, like that, you see? Then you're just going to have x minus 2 quantity squared equals 1 over y, and then minus 1. Again, I mean, it's still confirming that y can what? Not be equal to 0. You see, it's not part of the range. Then you take the square root, move the 2 over, so it's going to be x equals the root with a plus or minus of the 1 over the y minus the 1 with a plus 2 at the end. Whether it's a plus or minus is not what we were focusing on, but again, what matters is that y is not equal to 0, right? You see that the entire time. So that means the range of the original 1 over x squared minus 4x plus 5 is, again, negative infinity, 0, like this, right? And then 0 through positive infinity. There you go. If you like these types of videos, please be sure to drop a huge like. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Have an amazing day. Stay positive. I'll see you in another video.